So welcome back to another day, rather evening, here at Basin Motorsports. So now that you've seen the concept for the next wrap, which is my wife's Suburban, the 2001 model that is going to be done as a Japanese Harlequin concept. So you've seen it where it's black and orange, it alternates color, and I'm already getting started on it. So you can see it's down in the shop there, and I've already got the first piece of vinyl laid. So I've already got the first piece of orange down. Now again, this is Orifal, and it's a brand I actually had not done any wrapping with previously, really. Now the windshield banners on the Wide Fox are of an Orifal, so I kind of had like this much experience with them, but really I really didn't feel like I had this experience, doing a whole piece, like a whole big piece of vinyl for a car. So with that, we started on the roof. Now, when we did the Avalanche, we did the roof last. And one of the things we found is that we really kind of leaned on the car a lot, trying to get to the roof. So we thought, well, we'll do the roof first. So we started with this piece. Now, knowing that Orifal was a new brand to me, I had heard it's got an initial tack that's a little bit slightly more aggressive than the Avery I'm used to. So I will confirm that Orifal has a higher initial tack. But as long as you stay patient with it, it's going to lay down pretty nice. So now, again, the roof on this is going to be split half black, half orange. So the orange is down. Now this piece is 10 feet long. It's approximately 2.5 feet wide, something like that. And it took me roughly somewhere in the 5-hour range. It took me 2 afternoons to do this piece by piece. But I got it. Everything's done. And now it's time to move on to the hood. Now I will show you this one thing here. This is a little bit different than what I had done with the Avalanche and really the wide body itself, is that the pieces on the truck or the Suburban are so long, like 10 feet long for the roof. We needed a better way to cut them out. So what we've done is basically taken a piece of 1-inch PVC. We slide it in the middle of the roll and then put the roll on the second little holes in the block, and then we string it out and cut it on some cardboard. So that's the second half of the roof, or not the roof, the hood. That's 52 inches is what I've factored in there. So you can kind of see we just hang it up there, pull it out, measure it off, and then cut it. So that's a little bit different than what I've done before. Everything else has typically been not such nice weather to be able to do this all. So here's the first piece on the hood itself. The hood is not cleaned yet, so I'm just double checking the size. But if you remember that the hood and the roof alternate. So the orange Orifal was on the right on the roof. It'll be on the left or the driver's side on the hood. So that's laid out, basically just kind of referencing where it needs to be. I'm going to use my snitty to cut it off on the end on the fender side. That way I don't have a lot of extra hangover. And I'm going to pull this off, clean the hood, and we're going to get to wrapping. All right, so here's the starting point, how we're going to get started on the hood. Now, if you remember, the two colors need to overlap, and I'm putting the black on top. So the midpoint is right here at this crest. You can just see it with my finger here, and you can follow it down. This is the exact center point of the hood. So what I've done is I've shifted the Orifal or Orifal over approximately a 1/4 inch-ish, somewhere in there. Basically, I just want to move it over so that I can overlap the black. And when the black comes to the center line here, it'll have roughly a 1/4 inch or so overlap. Now, this stuff is tacky, and it's been about 85 degrees when I've been in here. It's a little humid. And so one thing I noticed on the roof is that it goes really quick. It sticks very well initially. So I've left the backing on all but this section right here. And so what that's going to do is basically allows me to pick this up and move it pretty easily, because there's only about 1 inch or so, about 1 inch or so, that's able to stick, so I can kind of pick it up and move it as I need to. And then now I'm going to basically take it, I'm going to flip it over, I'll pull off the backing itself, and then I'll start to lay this out to where it will start to go. And again, we're going to go from center out, even though I know it's a smaller piece, and typically center out would be here. But since this is kind of my set point, I'm going to work this out this way. Alright y'all, so we're back for day 2 working on this Suburban. So I had some boo-boos last night, so I called it a night. Now if you notice in the hood, it kind of jumps there at the end. And what happened was my wife called on the phone, so my phone stops recording and I talked to her a little bit. Now when it comes back after the jump, one thing you'll see is that I unroll the material and I find there's a tear in it. So I wasn't paying that much attention because I was trying to talk and work, which I shouldn't do, lesson learned, and I ended up tearing the material. So shame on me for doing that, and I need to not do that. It's either the phone or the wrap, but not both at the same time. Thankfully, I brought the material out. The tear was on the edge more or less, so I used it for the rear door. So the rear door on the driver's side, which is supposed to be orange, is orange. And that is a piece of material that I didn't plan to use like that because it was kind of overcut for the hood size versus this, but that's okay. We saved it, and it came out pretty darn good. Okay, so we're back on the hood itself. Now, one thing I'm going to change is I'm not going to take off the full backing. Now, on this last one, I took the backing off. Once I had set the middle, which this is set again, I took off all the backing all the way over. When I did the roof, I did it literally in like 6-inch strips or maybe 8-inch strips. And it seemed to work out because everything back here didn't stick to the hood itself or the metal, and I could just focus on this. So I'm going to do that again. Takes a little extra time, but I tell you what, I cannot afford to lose another piece because I made a bad decision. So this is already stuck down to about here, and then this extra piece I'm going to work down around the corner in that as I need to. But this is at least ready to go. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take off another about a 6-inch section, work from the middle out, flip it again, work, all the way until it's done. Okay, there's going to be your finished product on the orange half of the hood. I think it came out pretty good. A couple stumbling blocks back there from the corner, but not a big deal. Came out nice. Now again, the center of the hood is right there. You can kind of see it as it breaks through the light a little bit right there. So it's just a little bit of overlap in between them. That's all I want, just to be able to seal the halves. This came out nice. Nice. All right, so now we're going to quickly jump over to the black. Now this is already pre-cut, so I quickly laid it out, but I'll show you. You can kind of see, well, if I get all the lights there, you can see there's just a little bit of overlap between those. It's not perfect all the way down. It's a little bit skewed on the black, on the orange. But you can see there's clearly just a little hint of overlap. And that just helps keep the vinyl sealed to itself. Finished product with the Avery Denison. Much easier initial tack. Obviously you can just see I could just pull it up, adjust everything. I used heat gun once just on this corner, just trying to get it all flow together. But look at that. All the way in there. Beautiful black. You can see lays down so smooth. What we're going to do is just post heat the Avery black. I've already done the Aura Fall or Aura Cal, whatever you want to call it. I've already done the orange. I did that prior to moving on to the black. So I'm going to post heat it. I'll wrap it, get everything tidied up, and then I'm probably going to run some of the tape, the sealing tape around the edges under the hood just to make sure it stays down. So I'll skip all that for you guys, but I'll show you the finished product. Stand by. Okay, so there's the finished product of the hood. Half black, half orange. Alternates from the roof. Pretty crazy, huh? So at this point, lessons learned. The Avery is going to lay down pretty nice. The Oracal or Orafall, man, I can't get that right. But either way, the orange is not going to lay down as nicely. Now, showing the speed between those are edited at the same speed. So you can just see the orange lays down, it's so tacky compared to the black. That's just going forward. You can't go too far, too fast with the orange without expecting a little bit of trouble. So that's it for today. We're getting started on the roof, the hood. I'm going to swap over to the doors now. These should go pretty quick. We're going to get this thing knocked out. You guys have any questions on what I'm doing or any techniques I've used on the wrap or anything else, just let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And if you need to know what this material is, it's in the links in the description. See you next time.